So I know the big question is, and what a lot of people want to know is, how much do you actually need to move abroad? And we're going to be talking about Bangkok, and specifically because that's where I decided to move to. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Key. I am in my 30s, a single, no kids, and decided with the climate of America, I decided to pack my bags, sell everything that I own, and move to Bangkok, Thailand. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you a breakdown of how much it actually cost me to move to Thailand. Now, I just want to throw this disclaimer out because everybody is going to be different. Everybody's budget is different. The things that I may have done and the things that you may want to do is going to be different. So again, this is my experience. Let's just start there. But of course, I want to give y'all an actual realistic, relatable breakdown. Now, I decided to move in November of 2024. However, I didn't actually move until April of 2025. Why? Because I did not want to break my lease, and April was when my lease was finished for the apartment that I had in Atlanta, Georgia. So when it comes to that, breaking the lease, or I know some people may have a home, they may have to sell their home or whatever the case may be, there was no cost when it came to that. First things first, of course, you have to book your flight. Now, I booked my flight in January for me leaving in April, and my flight was $640 on Turkish Airways. That was just a one-way flight from Atlanta to Bangkok, and I had a 12-hour layover in Turkey. Want to point out as well is that April is a peak season for Bangkok. That is the Thai New Year, and they have a festival here called Songkran, and that's when I actually came when the festivities were going on. So I think that that may be a reason why my flight was a little on the high end, because I've seen it to be a lot cheaper than that. But for my one-way flight, $640 with Turkish Airways. One thing that a lot of people do not talk about is the baggage fees, y'all. I thought with regular airfare, when I travel, I don't have to take like a lot of bags with me. So this is my first time ever having to take this many bags. The airline, of course, gives you the standard carry-on as well as a personal item that you can take freely on the plane. So you got one that go in the overhead bin, one that go up under your seat, to which I took a carry-on suitcase and a backpack. That was free. Then they give you 2 free check bags. So with those 2 free check bags, I did have 2 big suitcases popping up on the screen so you could see exactly what my suitcases look like. Then on top of that, I ended up taking 2 extra bags with me. Each bag was $250. So that put me at $500 for my bags. I know a lot of people may want to come over here with a lot of stuff. When I tell y'all, I gave away so many clothes, so many shoes. I gave away so much stuff because I sold all of my designer bags. Like I was definitely stripping myself from a lot of material things, and I'm so happy that I did that. To be honest with you, one of my suitcases were full of products, and that goes into another expense. Coming here, I know that I wasn't gonna be able to find products that I just cannot live without. As a woman, my feminine products, some of my skincare, certain things that I use, for hygiene, deodorants, like for instance, I had already did my research and knew that the deodorant that I like to wear, they do not have it over here, as well as makeup. As you can see, these are the things that I love. I love doing my makeup. I love everything about makeup. I had already did the research to see that the concealers, some of the makeup products that I cannot live without, they do not have over here. So what I did, I started buying stuff in bulk. Different lotions that I like to use, the EOS Vanilla, that's my favorite lotion. I think I bought like 5 bottles. Those are just some of the things that I wanted to buy a lot of to bring over here. My lashes, these lashes are on Amazon. There's no Amazon in Thailand, so I bought like a big chunk. I think I bought like 6 packs, and the packs come with like 7 in there with me. So that's just a little bit of things that I know that most people wouldn't put in their budget for, that you may be okay with just coming, you know, as you are, or just coming with what you have. But I took that extra step where one of my suitcases were full of products and things that I will not be able to find over here in Thailand. So I'm actually not going to include that into this breakdown because I feel like, again, that's subjective. It depends on person to person. Packing your bags down, you absolutely want to use packing cubes, and you have to be strategic with packing. You want to maximize the most space as possible, as well as investing in a luggage weigher. I'm going to link all of that in the Amazon store because I kid you not, I was up the night before making sure and rearranging stuff around because my suitcases were indeed over 50 pounds. If it's over 50 pounds, of course, we know that the airline is going to charge you. So my rule of thumb to me is to be one step ahead of the game. Insurance. You definitely want to make sure you're getting insurance when traveling. I have Safety Wing. I pay $60 a month. I'll go ahead and put my link down in the description box below for you so you can check that out if you're interested. But you definitely want to make sure you have insurance anywhere you decide to go. Once I landed in Bangkok, I ordered a Grab, which is kind of like a Uber here. Now, if you wanted to, you can go the extra mile and hire a driver, but I feel like coming to a city and country like this, like, you really don't have to do that. It is very safe and secure to use Grab. All you got to do is download the app just like you would do with Uber or any other apps, and then you just put your location in and it's going to take you to where you need to go. I only paid less than $20. I'm just going to say $20 to get me from the airport to my hotel. All my hotels I book on booking.com. It's just been my go-to for all of my trips and anywhere I've been to. I've been to Greece, I've been to South Africa, I've been to Dubai multiple times, Paris, London. I've always used booking.com. So I stayed for 2 nights. It was a total of $80.41. So that's about $40 a night, and mind you, this is with taxes and fees and all of the things. I stayed for 2 nights from April the 9th to the 11th. This hotel was so nice. It was a nice boutique hotel. They do serve breakfast. They had a pool, they had a gym, all of the things, although I didn't even use all of that. But the fact that they did have it, we love that. The reason why I only stayed 2 nights is because prior to coming here, I had already picked the condo I wanted to stay in, as well as paid the deposit, did the tour and everything online. I did strategic research, to which I already have a YouTube video posted on how to find condos here in Bangkok, Thailand. So definitely make sure you check that out. For the condos here, you have to pay basically 2 months for a deposit, and then you have to pay your first month rent for you to move in. Since I did everything online and through my agent, I paid my first month rent prior to getting here, which was 12,000 baht, which at the time was around $350. However, the currency has changed, and so now my rent is always a fixed rent when it comes to Thai baht, which is 12,000 baht, but now it's around $360. With that being said, once I got here and I signed my lease, I had to pay 2 times the amount for rent, so that was 24,000 baht. Luckily, I could pay everything electronically, so I didn't have to worry about going to the ATM and taking out a lot of money. Do know that some people will have to pay cash for their condo's rent. I do not have to worry about that. My owner, she does not live here, so she wants everything done electronically, which is perfectly fine for me. When I signed my lease, I paid 24,000 Thai baht, which is $720. So that's how much it was for me to get the keys to my condo here. Also, one thing that I negotiated is that I wanted a new mattress. So I did go to the store, Home Pro, into which I have that inside of one of my vlogs, to shop for a new queen size mattress. My mattress retailed at 8,900 baht, which is roughly around 270 USD. However, they did give me a huge discount, so I'm gonna say it was around $200 because I ended up buying a lot of stuff, and so I ended up getting one of their rewards programs, and I ended up getting a discount for my entire order. Let me just say, my condo came with the mattress. It was just me being me. It's just one thing that I knew that I was going to want is a brand new mattress, and I'm so happy that I did. I was able to pick out the one that I wanted, make sure it was comfortable for me, because that's where I have to lay my head every night, and I'm glad that I did. That was definitely a great choice. Getting here as well, I had to get a SIM card. With my SIM card, you can go to 7-Eleven or somewhere at the airport and get a SIM card, but for me, because I had to get my internet service turned on in my condo, I was able to get my SIM card with my internet service provider with Wi-Fi and a SIM card. It was 27 USD. I know a lot of people are gonna wanna know about the visa. I know, I get it. Although I did a lot of extensive research, a lot of prayer, a lot of God leading me to where I am right now, I was very indecisive on what visa I wanted to get. So I came here on the free tourist visa, which for Americans, that's all I can speak for because I'm American. I am on the free visa exempt, meaning coming to Thailand, they gave me 60 days to be here. After the 60 days, they give you the option to extend your stay for 30 more days, and you have to pay 1900 baht, which is $58 to extend it for 30 days. So $58 is all I had to pay. I'm in the process of getting my visa here. I'm going to be doing the education visa, which is going to run me around $700. I will have a video posted of that within the next month, because I am going through the process. Well, I'm about to start going through that process right now. So it really just depends on you. But again, this is me. So that is the amount. Also, back home, of course, we know that there's going to be bills or other things that you have to take care of back home. But I think the main question is storage. As I already said, I sold everything that I own. I sold all of my furniture. I sold most of my decor. I packed some of it up, and my mom is letting me store it at her house. Shout out to you, Mom. Thank you, girl. I love you. I have like some winter clothes, coats and boots that I just didn't want to give away. You know, that stuff lasts for years. I was able to store those in my mom's guest room at her house as well. Well, should I say parents, because my mom and my stepdad. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all so much. Storage fee, like most people would have. I definitely think that for my personal experience, I wanted to decrease my expenses as much as possible. That is the reason why I went with cheaper rent here. Now I know some people may come here and they may go get, I actually live a little further from central Bangkok, and so it takes me a little distance to get in like the center where everything is. However, I think that's the best decision that I could have made, because here it is, 6 months of my rent here was 1 month of my rent in Atlanta. Now granted, I had almost 1,000 square foot apartment in Atlanta. I had the floor to ceiling windows. I had the island in the kitchen. The bathroom was huge with the his and her sinks. I had a garden tub and a separate shower, a separate glass shower. I had a walk-in closet. I had a laundry room with a washer and dryer. Bedroom was huge. It had sitting area in the bedroom. I had a huge balcony. So, you know, of course, it was a lot more, and I definitely would say that here I did downgrade a lot because of the simple fact that the apartment styles here are a lot smaller. Well, at least for where I am right now, it's a lot smaller. And so with that being said, yeah, my rent is $360. However, it is a lot smaller than what I'm used to. But I'm thankful about it, because I always have this to look back on and say that this is how much I spent. I was able to spend less than $400 living in a high-rise building with 24-hour security, pool, a gym, rooftop pool, a gym, all of the things. Love that so much for me. Let's get the grand total of how much it costs for me to move to Thailand. I'm not gonna add in the grocery store and like all of the stuff that I purchased like once I got here. Again, this is just to hit the ground rolling, me moving here and getting situated with signing my lease. That's it. The first 2 days here in Thailand, not adding food and all of that stuff, because again, it's subjective. So the grand total is, how much I think it is? $2,647 is what I got to what I spent moving here, and I actually think that was a great moving cost. Like, what do y'all think? I feel like moving from apartment to apartment back in the US was way more than that. Like, the fact that you would have to get like all of these U-Hauls and like all of the things, even with my mattress, like purchasing the mattress, they came here to deliver it for me and I didn't have to pay anything with that, and they set it up for me as well. So that's how much it costs for me to move here to Bangkok. I post a lot of different videos of my experience of me living here solo in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm also going to post a video of the cost of living here, like how much has it cost me to live here now that I've been here for almost 3 months. So definitely make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification at the bottom of this video so you don't miss any other videos that I upload. Thank y'all so much for tuning to this video. If you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.